Across from my hood, look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends, then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And now it's 3rd down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. To throw is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, Jackson. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Buying time to his left. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about the...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. throw here. Out of the gun. Goes underneath here to White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 big yards on that one. And a New England first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Let's go. 3-19.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Watch him now, Barney. Gone.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. Jackson from the shotgun. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now a handoff. Here's Hill. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On second down, Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Now lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield.
No.
1st and 10. It's Jackson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And they can't bring him down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Taken in at the 11. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw here. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Leopard!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Olsen over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands,
speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Ravens have got it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And they hit Jarnett loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball. Game. It's a first down.
Blitz.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll set up the throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Gone!
They'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And Gostkowski, he missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
No, check. Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. After the penalty, it's Ingram. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete.
Well, I haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't like a target that size. I mean, that's a big, tall receiver, and somehow he missed him anyway.
Yeah, tempting to just put it out there for him to go get it, but dangerous throw and not on target.
Yeah, sometimes even a receiver with that type of catch radius can't haul them in if they're not accurate.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the Patriots coming out now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now?
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 30. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 74 yards. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Now back to throw. And it's caught. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's their quarterback. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A spin. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. He has still not connected on a single pass in this 2nd half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Gun!
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Jackson will throw again. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Ndamukong Suh coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Back now in Baltimore. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action now. Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. Past the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Nice pick.
Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Ravens. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Detroit!
Back to the air. Jackson following the pick six. Flushed out right. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. To throw is Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. picked by Kendall Fuller, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And able to work his way down to the 16. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a carry for White, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 319! 319! Detroit! Detroit! Slam! 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 He's coming! Double up! Double up! He's coming! Double up!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. The guy's man complete. And all the way down to the 29. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Throwing is Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Jackson, flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd down, Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Now McKinnon. A little 360. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried him down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. And he'll be brought down. That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. McKinnon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. The point after try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski, the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They go play action here on first down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They go play action with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Patriots, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, you got it. Look. Go. at the cash, look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim, book a bugging me. Just need a bag, quit out a jaw jacking me. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. He's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how the poppin' is shaking. Got is a laser, my posse deep and I raided. We at the proof of the paper. Had it clean and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over baby. Put the brand on me, bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old way. Cop a roof on the all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like the body that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking my air.